Hey guys, Narc Armor, back with another one. Guys, I wanted to talk about when the narcissist goes too far. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. This channel is really intended to, share from my experiences and life learnings and hopefully help any one of you all who have been going through it, or on your way out of a narcissistic entanglement to find your way onto the healing path and, the new light and the new focus in your life and to rebuild yourself and to prosper going forward. So, guys, when the narcissist goes too far, I want to talk about this one because it's usually, right, kind of akin to pride before the fall, right? You have someone who has seemingly maybe most things that most people of decent, uh, you know, perspective and morality in life would aspire to have, in that maybe they've got a loving family and spouse. Maybe they've got, most of the things that they'd like to enjoy in life and have just a pretty comfortable approach in situation in life. And, um, as with most self centered people, especially the covert narcissists, nothing is ever enough for the empty void that needs to eat constant supply in all forms and fashions. And so, what happens when they get more and more grandiose in their decisions and in their escapades? Well, we're going to explore that here. I can tell you from my own personal perspectives that there's a level of flamboyance that comes with, the orchestration of doing you dirty. And these individuals have a very systematic way about how they're looking to not only monkey branch to another form or forms of supply, but they really think and they really believe that they're never, ever, ever going to get caught up. And let's say that even if they did, they don't necessarily feel like you are going to escort them to the curb. That you have been taking on a lot of different forms of emotional and psychological, and maybe even in some cases physical abuse, because we know that there's a lot of different aspects to the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder. And so, you know, the the levels that they'll go to, they're immeasurable. But they don't think that you're going to get rid of them and remove them from your life. No. They think because they've conditioned you to take on this level of abuse, especially if you were in a long term relationship with them, that this just continues kind of this downward spiral. But they feel like they've got you so locked up in that web, that it's just going to cost you more to get out than you. So you're just going to put up with it. Or in some cases, they're going to invite you into their immorality. So if you're, say, a God-fearing person or just a religious, person connected to your higher power, whatever that is, they are going to want to dissuade you from that and want you to go in a different direction. maybe even encouraging you to do the things that they did, or giving you hall passes and things of this nature. But that's just a way of, that's really a way of desperation to get you to stay and continue to elevate the type of abuse that they are willing to inflict upon you, right? And they are absolutely willing to do that because they've been doing that. And so, this is where, when they go too far, it's when they have this level of, confidence that they've been getting over on you for so long that it's like, this person's a fool. That, this person is not and does not really have a clue as to like what's going on, right? Because they're out here running game on you. But what you got to remember, guys, and this is, because you got into this thing, for different reasons than the narcissist did. Okay, let me let that one sink for a second. You got into this thing because you were a decent person. You wanted to have a relationship. You wanted to build a family, maybe in some cases. But either way, you wanted some sort of future with this individual. And you had plans and expectations that you wanted to pursue with this individual. And you, as the chosen one empath, wanted to pour into this individual. That individual wanted to take and exploit. That's why the breadcrumbing was real. That's why the breadcrumbing was real. The future faking. And all the things that never happened that they had promised you. Okay? So keep that in mind. And so when the narcissist is running game on you and they are going too far, they start to very insidiously throw out hints about their cheating, maybe even who they're cheating with, maybe even who they're considering cheating with. And, narcissist is open to all kinds and forms of supply. So it could be people around you. It could be friends, family, whoever. It could be a lot of different situations that play out in terms of their orientation and their cheating. Right? And, and as you reflect on things, and we talk a lot about reflecting on things on this channel, when you reflect, you might realize, because when you're coming out of that fog, man, it is foggy. It's like foggier than a Florida fog, it's the humidity, and it just can get pretty rough. Right? You may not want to go anywhere, but for a while. But when it clears, you'll go and you'll realize some things about some of the people around you. Because as I always say, if you've been around narcissists and you're indoctrinated it, and you had one, in a situationship, relationship, marriage, what have you, and then, and then you start to really understand all of this for what it is, and then you start to really kind of cut these people out of your life, you're going to realize some things about some of those people, family and friends, and, and consider others, and these people you've removed. You're going to realize some things about them real fast. That level of haughtiness and how they're, flamboyant about, sliding in these innuendos, they go too far. And eventually you catch on, right? You're gonna look at things. They're not very good at really hiding things when you start to kind of poke around. Okay? But the narcissist doesn't care. Again, guys, the narcissist doesn't care because they don't even care even if they get caught. They don't even care. They don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your emotions. They don't care about your mental and physical state. They don't care about your well being. All they care is that you're just around enough for them to continue to do whatever they need to do to get from you. And you have a shelf life to them. You're a utility. You're a tool. Right? It's kind of like, look at the pace of technology these days. You buy something 1 minute, the next minute it might be close to obsolete. It's still functional to a certain extent. And then you're going to see something like, oh, look at it. Oh, that's got new features. I want that now. That's how a narcissist moves and operates when they see different forms of sources of supply. Oh, this is intriguing. I want to go over here now. So, guys, when you see these red flags, when you start to realize things aren't quite adding up, you'll also start to realize that that narcissist doesn't know, and their overconfidence leads them to go too far. They don't know, when is when. It's kind of like you're at an all-you-can-eat, steakhouse or something. Sometimes it might be a little hard to say when is when, but you're gonna know when you get those meat sweats. you know. So that's kind of a similar, the best analogy, but that's a way to kind of look at it. They don't operate that way. You're gonna catch on to certain things, and you're gonna start to put things together. Um, and hopefully what you're doing is you're doing that, you know, um, in a in a manner that kind of goes undetected, so you can kind of get what you need out of how to move away from that relationship, what have you, right, and get yourself into a place where you can begin your healing journey. So, guys, I hope this message finds you well. Take care. Continue to armor up. Work on those boundaries. They were taken down by the narcissists, but we're going to build them back up brick by brick. All right? Take care. Have a great one.